There's a hormonal effect that will make women more attracted to you. You think about this, all the other pieces. Men level up as they win, right? It's the lobster effect. Two lobsters fight, the one that wins, his dopamine boosts him to another level, the other goes down the ladder.
Let me tell you something that might completely change how you connect with the women in your life. There are 3 specific compliments that women desperately want to hear, but most men never think to say them. And when I reveal what they are, you might be surprised because they have nothing to do with looks. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you told a woman she's beautiful? Probably countless times. But when was the last time you made her feel truly seen for who she really is inside? We live in a world where compliments have become transactional, like coins we toss hoping for a specific reaction. But what if I told you that the compliments women crave most deeply aren't about their appearance at all? Here's what's fascinating about female psychology that most men completely miss. While we're busy focusing on external validation, women are silently hoping someone will notice their inner world. They want to be recognized not just as bodies that look good, but as minds that think, hearts that feel, and souls that bring something unique to every space they enter. The first compliment that will stop a woman in her tracks is this simple phrase, "I admire how you think." Now, you might be wondering why this matters so much. Let me explain the psychology behind it. From childhood, many women learn to downplay their intellectual strength. Society teaches them that being too opinionated or articulate might make them seem intimidating.
If you meet a girl and she says she's manifesting money, what she really means is she's manifesting a man with money. If you want to win an encounter with one of these demons, let me show you exactly how to speak the language. Don't talk money, don't talk business, talk vibration.
In relationships especially, women often feel pressure to soften their views, to ask questions instead of making bold statements, to filter their thoughts so they don't upset anyone. So when you look into her eyes and say, "I admire how you think," you're doing something revolutionary. You're acknowledging her mental elegance. You're telling her that her thought process, her reasoning, her unique perspective actually turns you on intellectually. This isn't about flattery. It's about recognizing the way her mind works as something genuinely attractive. But here's the key. This compliment must be grounded in truth. You can't just say these words randomly. You need to actually observe how she approaches problems. Notice how she pauses before speaking important thoughts. Pay attention to the questions she asks, the metaphors she uses, the insights she shares when others aren't listening closely enough. When you genuinely admire her thinking, you're telling her something profound. Your intelligence isn't a threat to me, it's a treasure. This creates emotional safety, where she can be fully herself without choosing between being smart and being loved. Do you think differently? Share your thoughts in the comment section as you like this video, and please, make sure you subscribe button for more interesting updates. The second compliment that touches something deep is, "I feel calm when I'm with you." This might seem simple, but it hits differently than anything she's used to hearing. We live in a culture obsessed with excitement and intensity, but what creates lasting connection is peace. When you tell a woman she brings you calm, you're revealing vulnerability. You're saying, "You are the place where I can finally exhale." Here's what most men don't realize. Many women have unconsciously become emotional containers. They're the ones sensing when something's wrong even when nothing is said. They smooth over tension, hold space when others are overwhelmed, carry the emotional pulse of every room they enter. And they often do this invisibly.
Women always know when you're lying or I don't understand this. 9 times out of 10, when she asks you a question, she already knows the answer. It starts small. A Tuesday night, she might ask him where he was, and he gives her the surface version, just enough to pass the test in his mind.
So when you acknowledge that her presence calms your nervous system, you're finally seeing her for something she's always done, but no one ever named. You're not complimenting her performance or her efforts. You're recognizing her essence, her energy, the way she settles your inner chaos just by being herself. This compliment works because it challenges traditional relationship dynamics. Instead of her always being the one providing emotional support, you're acknowledging how she impacts you. You're showing emotional intelligence by recognizing that beneath your surface, you long for refuge, and she provides that. The third compliment that will leave a lasting impression is, you make things better just by being here. This bypasses everything she does and speaks directly to who she is. Most women spend their lives feeling like their worth is tied to their productivity. How much they give, how well they support others, how perfectly they perform in various roles. They become the emotional glue in relationships, anticipating needs, remembering details, keeping everything flowing smoothly. But when you tell her she makes things better simply by existing in a space, you're offering something rare, unconditional appreciation. You're saying her presence alone, not her actions or efforts, brings light into your world. This compliment is powerful because it liberates her from performance pressure. She doesn't have to earn your appreciation through what she does. She already has it through who she is. In a society that constantly tells women to be more, do more, give more, this feels like permission to simply be. Notice the ripple effect this creates. When a woman knows her presence has positive impact, she tends to embody that energy more fully. She feels safer showing up authentically because she's not being evaluated on external achievements.
How to break a girl's ego after she ghosted you or rejected you. Girls will ghost you to feed their own ego. It's not because you're not worthy, but because she wants to feel above you. So here's how to break that ego without saying a word.
She's being valued for something deeply rooted in her essence. What makes these three compliments so effective is that they address the deepest human need: to be truly seen and appreciated for who we are, not just what we provide or how we appear. They create emotional intimacy because they require you to actually pay attention, to notice subtleties, to value depth over surface attraction. Here's the crucial part. These compliments can't be used as manipulation tactics. They must come from genuine observation and appreciation. Women have finely tuned authenticity detectors. If you're saying these things just to get a reaction, it will backfire. Instead, start actually noticing these qualities in the women around you. Watch how she processes information and forms opinions. Feel how your stress levels change when she's nearby. Observe the subtle ways she improves environments just through her presence. When you begin genuinely recognizing these deeper qualities, something beautiful happens. You stop being someone who just consumes female beauty and become someone who witnesses female depth. You transform from a man who takes to a man who truly sees. And when a woman feels genuinely seen for her mind, her calming presence, and her innate ability to bring light to spaces, she doesn't just feel complimented. She feels understood at a soul level. That's the kind of connection that doesn't fade with time. It deepens. Remember, while physical compliments might get immediate reactions, these deeper acknowledgments create lasting bonds. They make women feel chosen not for how they look in a dress, but for how they make you feel as a complete human being. That's the difference between surface attraction and profound connection.